one of the most important concepts that the new Renaissance man lives by is making things look effortless. Now, they shouldn't be effortless. We all know that in order to accomplish anything in life, it takes effort and hard work, but everything must appear effortless. Everything must appear as smooth as possible. I'll give you a small example. I would say that 90 to 95% of the time when I'm going on a date, I order for the other person. Now, it's probably a smart idea to suggest it and ask, would you like me to order for the table? And I can tell you from experience, 99% of women would rather the man just take charge, take lead, and just order. So that is one small example of effortlessness. The experience of going to dinner is effortless. She doesn't need to think about it. So I highly suggest you do the same. And in order to do the same, because you don't want to look like an idiot fumbling around, looking at the menu, oh, what should I do? Before you go, study the menu. Or if you're like me, I'm a creature of habit. There's maybe only 5-6 restaurants that I like going to. I know the menu pretty much back to front at this point. So either study the menu before you go, or just make it a habit of going to the same few places. Now, the next thing is the bill. I highly suggest, as you guys are coming towards the end of your meal, either you or her will go to the restroom. If she goes to the restroom, square away the bill very quickly. If you know that you're done with your meal, you're not going to order anything else, or vice versa. If you go to the restroom at the end of the meal, just square away the bill while you're going to the restroom. And once again, this is another era of effortlessness. There is no bill at the end, you fumbling for your wallet, trying to pay, trying to maintain conversation while that's happening. Now, I know there might be a very small, stupid subsection of you that are going, wait, but if I do that, how do we split the bill? If you are still the sort of guy that thinks you should go on a date and split the bill with a woman, please just unsubscribe to my channel. You don't belong here. You belong in the kiddie sandpit playing with the other children. You are not a man. And I understand not everyone grew up with a Middle Eastern Russian background like I have. The way that I was raised by my mother, the man pays for a bill on a date, and that's just not even a question. So I understand that maybe some of you were raised differently. If that is the case, this is probably not the channel for you. I'm trying to educate and nurture the next generation of stand-up men. And for me personally, in my opinion, that is not a very stand-up thing to do, to split the bill with a woman on a date. Now, getting back to the point of the bill, obviously as time goes on, you can actually start doing things that are even cooler. Things like at certain establishments that you go to often, having the card on file so the bill actually never even shows up. Or for example, with me, my head of security is always on premises wherever I am, so I actually never even pay the bill. The bill is just taken care of and I just leave. And really, this is what women dream of. This is the stuff of fantasies. And by the way, I'm not saying that you have to be a billionaire here, because I can tell you right now, when I was dead broke first starting my businesses, I still thought about this stuff. Of course, you can't do the whole flex of the bill doesn't come and all this stuff, but I mean, simple stuff. When I went on dates and we would just go for long walks because that's all I could afford, I would plan routes where I knew that there was a nice hot chocolate place or a nice ice cream place. So these are really $10 dates. But if you do it right, if you plan it right, if you make the whole experience effortless, then this is truly the stuff of dreams, of fantasies, of movies. This is the stuff that women dream of. It's this effortlessness that everything just seems to be going right. And that's what she sees. And that's what really women want to see, is just effortlessness. And that's why women love all of these romantic movies and these rom-coms and stuff like that. Obviously, she doesn't realize that on the backside, you're here planning everything and making sure everything goes in order. So things shouldn't be effortless, but they should look effortless. Now, effortlessness also reflects on how humble and under the radar you are. Never make a massive deal of something. No need to ever tell the woman the price of the bill or how much you spent on some new thing that you bought. No need for all this stuff. The less that you flex and the more comfortable you seem, you can still talk about yourself. You can still talk about your achievements. You can still talk about things that are going on in your life. But we all know the difference between talking when addressed or when the time is right, or just weird flexes that are incongruent, that are poorly timed, that the girl or even just people you're networking with are just kind of like, cool, I didn't really ask. You need to remember in general to be the guy rather than telling her you're the guy. Now, the next concept is you need to be a modern